Good evening there, everybody. What is happening? Hopefully, y'all are having a wonderful day today. So, I was so focused on the pay per view that is going to be happening tomorrow between Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia, and also the UFC fights that were going to be happening next week that I completely forgot that there was actually a good UFC main event bout on this weekend. And that main event bout, and this is the only card I'm going to be predicting on this card, is going to be the Marvin Vettori versus Jack Hermansson fight. This is a very interesting fight. Both of these fighters have looked very good in recent fights that I've seen them in. Jack Hermansson has fought more of the top contenders, I believe. I've seen him beat Ronaldo Souza, Jacare Souza, also known as, and I've also seen him beat Kelvin Gastelum by submission in the first round. And he also fought Jared Cannonier. Now, he didn't look too impressive in that fight, but overall, Jack Hermansson, you can tell, is a top of the line fighter. He's a very decent, all around good fighter. He kind of came up on the scene out of nowhere. And Marvin Vettori, I haven't really seen him against a lot of the other top contenders, but his claim to fame, which is a very interesting one, is that he gave Israel Adesanya debatably the toughest fight of his career. Now, some might say that credit actually goes to Kelvin Gastelum, but Marvin Vettori, if you want to go into technical standards, maybe did give Israel Adesanya the toughest fight because he almost won the fight. Some would say because he only lost by a split decision, which means that one of the judges had to have seen it going Marvin Vettori's way. So we're just going to see really how great Marvin Vettori actually is. I've seen how good Jack Hermansson is. He's a very good fighter. If he wins a couple more fights, he could be right there for a title shot. When it comes down to the overall, Marvin Vettori, if he were to win this fight, I think that a great fight for him would be, say, maybe Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero, Robert Whitaker. I think the winner of this fight, a very good fight for them would be, say, Robert Whitaker or Paulo Costa. One of those fights. But who do I see winning this fight and why? I see Jack Hermansson winning this fight. I believe that he is the more well-rounded fighter. Now, I don't believe that Jack Hermansson is going to try to strike with Marvin Vettori. I think if he tries to strike with him, that would be a very big mistake. Because from what I've seen, Marvin Vettori is very powerful, and he is a very decent striker. So we'll see what happens. Jack Hermansson can strike, and he's not the worst striker in the world, but his main, claim to fame is going to be the ground game. I believe he's going to try and out-wrestle him. I believe he's going to try and submit Marvin Vettori, and we're going to see how tough Marvin Vettori really is all around, and how good is his ground game, how good is his takedown defense, how good is his wrestling, his jiu-jitsu, whatever he has under his belt. So, it'll be very interesting, but personally, in my opinion, I'm going to go with Jack Hermansson on this one. I believe that he will submit Marvin Vettori within the first 3 rounds, could even be within the first couple of rounds, could be within the last round, because I do believe this is a 5-round fight. But my personal opinion, I believe that Marvin Vettori is going to lose against Jack Hermansson. I believe Jack Hermansson is more experienced here, and I believe he's the better all-around fighter, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, that's my prediction. I'm going to go with Jack Hermansson on this great fight. It'll be very interesting. Could go either way. We're going to see how great Marvin Vettori actually is, and Jack Hermansson as well. And whoever wins this fight, a great fight for them would be Jared Cannonier, Robert Whitaker, Paulo Costa, and if they can win one of those next fights, then a title shot I think it would be, which is going to turn out interesting because from what I hear, Israel Adesanya is going to go up and fight Jan Blachowicz, which is a very tough fight for me to predict, so we'll predict that one later on down the line when the time comes. But that's really about it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Prediction is Jack Hermansson, and I think he's going to get him within 3 rounds, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, that's really about it. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you all later.